Hey true believers, this is Dr. T and welcome to my comic book channel. Today I have a Chris Claremont signature series CGC unboxing. Stay tuned. I have 3 Wolverine comics in this box signed by Chris Claremont either on April 19th or April 20th. That's when they did this signing at CGC. Those books were received, around that same time at CGC. I did have all 3 of them pressed by CCS just to make sure. I received them today as I'm filming this, June 14th. So the turnaround time was about 2 months, just like they estimate the turnaround time. So I am really nervous about this. All 3 of these books were in a 9.6 grade, and I got them pressed thinking maybe they could be bumped up to a 9.8. One in particular, the other 2 not so much, but one in particular, and hopefully they maintained their 9.6 grades. If they didn't, disappointment is on the way, but hopefully they maintained. So let's get into this unboxing. Anytime we send books into CGC, it's a little nerve-wracking. These books are going to be in my PC. They're books that I've wanted for a while. They're part of my collecting goals for this year. And so I have every intention of keeping these in the PC. If one book came back at a 9.8, it'd be tempting to sell it, take the profit, put it back into a 9.6 of the same grade, but that would be really hard to do now since it's signed by Chris Claremont. I did ask for the custom label on all of these books. So I'm hoping they have that. So here we have the books. I do not know the grades of these. I like to just show you my reaction to what the grades are, but I'm hoping it's okay. But again, always a little nerve-wracking to do this, but very exciting at the same time. I'm ready for this Wolverine unboxing. Get this rubber band off. Here's the first one. Right. So there's the custom label. Ooh, look where he signed that. I kind of like that. It's off the title. It's just on the black there. Signed on April 20th. So there it is. This is the issue number 3 in this 4-issue limited series. Whew, that is nice with that silver pen. Wow, really like that. Of course, these stories by Chris Claremont. So let's see what we have. Hopefully it comes back in the grade that I sent it in. This was a sharp copy. And so let's see. Here we go. 3, 2, 1. And there's the 9.6. Good. Just as I sent it off. And I'm not quite sure where the packing slip is. I think I had this book pressed, but maybe I just had one of the other books pressed. I don't remember. I'll have to check. But that is very, very nice. Wow, that is really sharp with that silver pen on that black. And this is a very nice copy of this issue 3. It is every bit a 9.6. Every bit a 9.6. But I love the nice wrap there on this book. So you have the 1982 Marvel Comics group right there that's visible versus being wrapped around the back. And you can hardly see any black on the back cover, which I really like. Wow, that is so sharp. Very nice. All right, next book. Ooh, here is the number 1. Here is the number 1. So Wolverine Limited Series number 1, signed that Kemp. Something is askew with this book. This says signed by Frank Miller on 1/28/22 and Chris Claremont on 4/20/22. I think they sent me somebody else's book. What is this grade? 321. A 9.4. I don't... This is not my book. There's the Chris Claremont signature here and the Frank Miller signature here. This is crazy. Well, I'm going to have to call them up right away and say we have a problem. Signed by Frank Miller on January 28th, 22. Chris Claremont on 4/20. This is not my book. I sent my book in April, and they sent me the wrong book. Holy moly. And this book has flaws on the spine that my book did not, because I thought my book could be jumped up to a 9.8. Well, that's a problem. That's a strange problem to have. But yeah, I'm going to have to contact them right away after I film this video and see what in the world happened. All right, well, let's get into the last book. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Let me show you what I'm saying here. This is my book. Signed by Chris Claremont on 4/20. They sent me 2 Wolverine number 1s, and they didn't send me back my number 2. CGC either sent my Wolverine number 2 to somebody else, or it's still at CGC. They sent me somebody else's book. Oh my gosh. This is not my book. This is my book. That's nuts. Okay, well, I'm sure they'll be happy to take care of it, but what an inconvenience for me to have to take the time now to deal with this. And I just sent 3 books back for mechanical errors, for awful Newton rings on the cover covering Venom's face of Venom Lethal Protector number 1. I sent back my Ultimate Fallout number 4 in a 9.8 because the grade number was off center and there was a little piece of plastic in the case on the back. And if I have a $3,000 book, I don't, with a custom label that I expressed months ago, I got to have that number centered and no pieces of plastic in the case. And I also sent back my Wolverine number 3 from the volume 1 from the 1988 ongoing Wolverine series. And the book at the top did not lie flat. It was a little bumpy there, and I asked them to fix it. And so I just had to send those books back, and now I'll have to take care of that. That's crazy. That's crazy. Okay, here we go. But this has the custom label. Chris, I kind of like how it's not totally covering the title, the Wolverine there, which a lot of times he does write it right across the title, but it's in between Wolverine's head and the title of the book. So that's kind of nice. Hopefully this is coming back a 9.6 as I sent it. If it gets downgraded, that's going to be disappointing. But let's see. I thought this was quite a sharp book when I sent it in. Yeah, this is my book. All right, here we go. I purchased it at a 9.6 earlier this year. Let's see what we have. 3, 2, 1. And it comes back to the 9.6, which I will take with the Chris Claremont signature. Yeah, very nice. This is a very nice 9.6. Yeah, I only had my copy. I only had this 9.6 copy pressed. The other 2 books I did not have pressed. And yeah, the fees to get these signed were $70 each. And then I had the pressing, and then shipping back was $18. So the total amount to get this done was $248, and these are going to be staying in the PC here, both of these, and we're missing issue number 2. I have no idea where issue number 2 is. I'm going to have to check on my account on CGC's website to see if if my issue 2 is listed there, or if this one is listed there. And even on this invoice, if you can see, it says Wolverine Limited Series 2 right there. And so that is definitely not, quality control missed this one, that is definitely not what they've sent me back. And so now I got to call them and take care of this. So I just got done taking a look at my submission page on the CGC website, and after the books get shipped to me, I don't click on the submission number because I don't want to see the grade. So I just went in there, just clicked on the submission number, and of course this Frank Miller, Chris Claremont dual signing book is on that submission number, and that does not match, of course, the books, the one book, the number 2, the issue 2 that I sent. It does not match this invoice. It does not match that submission number that I've checked before prior to it being shipped, that it in fact showed Wolverine Limited Series issue 1, 2, and 3. So that's the story, and like I said before, we definitely need to get it taken care of because this is not my comic book. So if this is your Wolverine Limited Series issue 1 signed by Frank Miller and Chris Claremont, I am sorry, not my fault, not selling this book, getting it back to CGC so it can get back to you. How strange. Hopefully they didn't send my issue 2 to somebody else. But this is not mine, and I definitely did not get a Frank Miller signature. As cool as that is, I have to send it back. Cannot keep it, cannot sell it. It is definitely not mine. So here we go, true believers. That's what's happened. Now I have to deal with this with CGC. And as always, even in spite of the mix-up here on CGC's part, as always, true believers, remember, comics for life.